Hi everyone and welcome to another episode. So things look definitely different than they did last week. We've got the engine out, the block is out, the gearbox is out, prop shaft is out, and the bulkhead is out. So first of all, let's go through the engine. The engine block is in very, very good shape. We got a micrometer and measured the bores, and the bores are absolutely 100%. And no cause for concern, no cause for stripping the lower end of the engine whatsoever. There's, what looks like is zero wear. So we're happy to continue and leave the block as it is. And it would definitely suggest that the engine had been serviced regularly and decent oil used, and with that the mileage is accurate at what we believe to be 60,000 miles, and the block would suggest that is true. As for the head, news back from the engine shop on the head is we had two burnt inlet valves. The head was pressure tested and the head was 100%, everything is fine, and no need for they're gonna reface it and just give it a clean. No need for skimming or anything like that, and it would appear that it was its first time. Its head was its first time off the engine or separated from the engine, so that's all good. So no major cause for concern. It was just obviously running lean on the back cylinder. Number four spark plug looked pretty burnt out, so it ran lean on the back cylinder for whatever reason. But in saying that, like I said on previous video, the actuator was wound in full, so I really don't know what boost this guy was running. I think he was running quite high boost and trying to compensate by winding in the actuator full. I actually drained the fuel tank as well and filtered all the fuel that came out of it, and the tank is absolutely spotless. All the fuel that came out is spotless, and the smell from the fuel is absolutely chronic. For those of you, any of you out there that are familiar with a product years ago, it was made by Silkaline and then it was bought out by Fuchs, and it's called Pro Boost. It smells like Pro Boost. It doesn't even smell like petrol. It just smells like pure Pro Boost. So so really when it comes to the fueling side of it and the chip the guy was running and all of that, it would suggest that it just ran too lean on the back cylinder. And like I say, don't know what was going on with the fuel, because there's a lot of what would seem to be octane booster in the tank. But the good news is the tank is spotless, tank is perfect, tank is clean. Everything that came out of it is 100%. Drained the gear oil as well. The gear oil is absolutely 100%. No filings, no anything, no burnt smell off the gear oil whatsoever. Same with the engine oil. Drained the engine oil as well, and that's absolutely perfect too. And no filings, nothing. I filtered it with a 280 micron filter, and that's what I would use when I'm painting, and there's nothing, it didn't catch anything in it. So really, really happy with that. And the clutch, as you can see, the clutch, it's a Motorcraft clutch. Now, whether it's its first day clutch or not, I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But it is a Motorcraft clutch, and it is pretty worn, but there's definitely more mileage left in it. We obviously will not be putting that clutch back into it. We'll be putting in a new clutch. We're gonna go with a standard clutch. This car is only going to be used on a weekend, maybe once or twice a month, if that. And putting in a paddle clutch or anything like that on a stage one really isn't going to be needed, and it's not going to be nice to drive. And the new owner would just like a standard clutch in it, and if it goes, it goes. The clutch is a standard clutch for one of these things is £140 from Burton for a 3-piece clutch kit. So it's really, really cheap, very cheap clutch. So no problem if it doesn't last. And like I said, it's not going to be driven that much anyway. Gearbox is spotless, as you can see, and yeah, absolutely nothing bad to be said about that whatsoever. And we're so far so good. We're really, really happy. Underneath of it is absolutely spotless, and in under the arches and all of that is absolutely spotless as well. And it's very, very good. You know, the shell just continues to show that you know, that there's been no signs of any accident damage. There's no signs of any rot or anything like that. Now, let's have a look at the cutting out of the bulkhead. Now, for the cutting out of the bulkhead, right, we have all the spot welds have been drilled out, and as you can see on this side, I've done the same on this side. So all the spot welds, factory spot welds drilled out, panel peeled back, and I've taken it along the top of the tunnel here, where the sound deadening is, and we don't really want to disturb any of the sound deadening. And this seems to be where everybody joins them. Now, you know, the panel itself actually keeps on going down here and down under the sound deadening, and the spot welds continue along there. To be honest, in my opinion, and you know, others that have done this before, everyone I've spoken to has gone with going off the original spot welds for the wiper panel here, and they all seem to join it along the top of the tunnel there, in on the back of the chassis leg. Getting your spot welds to line up on the back of the chassis leg, getting that welded there, and then running, having your join across the top of the tunnel while keeping all that strength there. So that's what we're, you know, that's the way we're going doing it. There was various different trains of thought. Some people were saying to leave the top panel and just cut out the middle section out of it, and to just weld in the actual, we'll say, the insert. But to be honest, I wanted to do it as right as I possibly could by removing the entire panel, having it with the spot welds, and knowing that it's going back in, and we're not basically bodging it with just welding in pieces here and there. So I wanted to try and do it as the best way I possibly can. So that's it on that side of things. I have to get the panel out of the donor car, so I'm going to do that now during the week. Body wise, obviously it's up in axle stands. We've given it a quick polish with the machine polisher just to see how well the paintwork has fared out, and to be fair to it, without going too mad on it, you know, it's come up really, really nice, and we're very, very happy with that. So what do we have to paint on it? We have to paint the back bumper. I just have that exhaust just tied up and sitting there in place, because you may have remembered that the rear bumper was cut for that twin exhaust. So I'm just making up just a rough template there, just to see what I have to make to get the curvature back in the bumper again. And obviously, so we will be painting that. Nothing to paint here on the sides, that's all good. Roof is perfect. 2 wing mirror covers will be painted. 4x4 bonnet out there will be painted, and the front bumper has some, we'll go over to the front bumper. Front bumper has just a couple of marks on it. Actually that would all clean up, to be honest, but we've got paint lifting there, and we've got another one in the corner there, and the good old foam that's in the back of these bumpers that causes the bumpers to sag and to smile. This is what happens. A lot of them normally hold water in behind here, and that's what causes them to change shape. But this one, as you can see, the foam insert that's in it has broken away, and it's caused the shape to change slightly here. So what we're going to do is we're going to clamp that back, heat it, get the shape back in it, and reform all this again so that it's getting its original shape back into it again, and should be nice and straight. Here we have the arches, and under the arches, it's amazing how many holes are actually, okay, well, fair enough, those holes are me drilling out spot welds, but it's amazing how many actual holes are in these bodies, you know, just for different fixings, like, you know, cable tie fixings or whatever. But let's have a decent look now, and let's have a good examination of the shell. So we've got zero rust anywhere. Let's have a look in under this one. Spotless in under there as well. Obviously that shock we'll be putting in our coilovers, we'll be putting in our new brakes, cleaning up the calipers, new set of brake pads in there going in, and we have in under the rear arch, spotless there as well. But let's get in under the car and let's have a proper look and see what's it like behind those side skirts. Right fellas, a bit tricky with me with trying to hold the camera, but here we are on the ground looking in under the car. Okay, so let's have a look at these areas and you will see their sills are absolutely perfect. You know, hopefully it's bright enough for you guys. All the way back to the back. That's a problem area normally. It's all looking pretty healthy as well. So that's it for me for this week, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And next week we're actually on Friday morning. We'll be leaving early Friday morning. So Friday the 15th, 16th and 17th, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we are going on the Cannonball, and I will be recording as much as I possibly can of that. So next week's video may not be a whole pile of Cosworth stuff, but there'll definitely be some Cannonball stuff, and we'll look forward to showing you that. Look forward to showing you all the supercars, and we'll look forward to showing you the Lancia Delta Integrale, the 16 valve version, and it's the Monte Carlo edition, and we'll be taking that. So the stickers will be coming. I think the stickers are coming tomorrow, so we'll be putting those stickers on. And a big massive thank you to Cannonball for all their support along the way with the support on the Cosworth build. So that's it for me for this week. Please, if you've liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please feel free to get involved in the comment section and to hit the subscribe button as well, and the notification button. And we are trying to bring a video once a week on a Monday, Sunday stroke Monday, and you know, it's great having all of you guys along for the build, and I really feel that we're after turning a corner now this week by getting, you know, what we have out of it, and I think the biggest hurdle left is the fitting of the new bulkhead, getting it all lined up, and, you know, plug welding it all the way along again. And once that's back, it's literally just a case of just get everything back in place. So that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next week.